Prairie Mosaic is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008, the North Dakota Council on the Arts, and by the members of Prairie Public.
Welcome to Prairie Mosaic, a patchwork of stories about the arts, culture, and history in our region.
Hi, I'm Barb Gravel.
And I'm Matt O'Lean. On this edition of Prairie Mosaic, we'll meet a self-taught Indigenous artist, visit a creative community for artists and musicians, and listen to a band that's been spreading their music around the country. The Park Theater in Park Rapids, Minnesota is a perfect example of the Art Deco style movie houses that were built in the 1920s and 30s. The community has supported the theater for decades, and the new owners bring their own unique background to running the Majestic Theater.
They're automated. If I schedule a program, it'll play its own show. If everything is operating properly, you can just turn it on and then walk away, and it'll, at 6:54, it'll start playing the trailers.
I see everything.
When you look down Main Street and you see this big tower with all these neon lights, when it's on at night and it just kind of lights up, that's this look and feel of a Main Street that you would have to have millions of dollars to build from scratch today. It's a kind of a miracle that it's still here, and as new owners of the theater, I feel like it's our job to honor that history.
It feels like a very important part of this town, and so we feel very supported by the town, loved by the town.
It's just one of those kind of classic Americana things that a lot of small towns had back in the 30s and 40s. This theater was built in 1939, the last real year of the Art Deco era that had been going on for a few decades. The theater was built by the Bear brothers. It obviously had to stay operational and just functioning throughout the 85 years, and so there have been a lot of changes. It was originally a one-screen, it had 550 seats or so, and it was a one-screen movie house, and it had a stage for live performances. And eventually in the early 90s, a wall was built down the middle and it was twinned into a two-screen. And then in 2010 to 2012, when it got its 35 millimeter upgrade to digital projectors, it got a third screen. I applaud all the history of this building because it's still here, it's still showing movies like it always did. My wife and I ended up owning this theater. It's really worked out really well. Yeah, we're a married couple, we're business partners. Now we're movie discussion buddies. We get to decide all these different things, like what movie to bring in and talk over the finances. We've found that each of our strengths are perfectly suited for what it takes to own and operate a small indie theater. She's more the bookkeeper, the math nerd.
Tim and I have joked that he had to buy a movie theater, or we had to buy a movie theater in order for him to get me to go to the movies. Which is not entirely true. We've gone to the movies plenty of times because I know it's his favorite thing, but I'm an introvert and I don't like crowds, and so it's not my favorite thing. It's pretty perfect for us. It's not perfect, it's really hard and it's really overwhelming, but for us, it feels like the perfect fit.
My wife and I moved back down to Los Angeles, lived in Burbank, because I got a job at Warner Brothers. Even working for Warner Brothers, it was both a dream come true and so tough. It's that Hollywood churn. You're a cog in a big machine, you get torn up and kind of spit out the other end. And after 5 years, in 2015, we decided to move out of LA. My dad's originally from Minnesota, from Minnetonka, but now that both my parents are retired, they spend half the year out here in northern Minnesota. They floated this idea to my parents. Anybody know anybody who might want to buy the theater eventually? And that message got to us. Did you guys want to move to Minnesota and own the Park Theater?
We are in a very tourist-driven area, So in the summer, it's really, really busy. Tourists come from all over. That's when we make a lot of our money that is sustaining us for the year. During the slow season, it can be a lot more difficult. Another challenge is, and something that we didn't realize when we bought the theater, is how much money the studios take from our ticket sales. So when I was doing our year-end numbers, I think about a quarter of our gross income went back to the studios.
We hope to do some more remodel, renovation, write those grants and raise that money to keep the Park Theater beautiful, and also maybe peel back the layers and look at the Art Deco bones that it originally had in the late 30s.
Make sure people get the corn, not the kernels.
Yeah, while we all streamed like crazy and stayed indoors during the pandemic, and that's still an option. I stream at home. It's just, yeah, I think people are still coming out because they want to leave their living room and you want a different experience. It's a good sized theater for this town and this area. There are big multiplexes further away, but if you're in town, you want to see a good movie. It's been working for the Park Theater for about 85 years. And so somehow we just want to keep it working. And the trick there is, yeah, balancing that art and commerce.
It's been wonderful. Tim and I have lived a number of different places, and we've loved all of them for different reasons. This place feels like home. It feels kind of magical. It's bigger than ourselves. I think part of what's magical about it is it's a dream that we didn't know was a dream.
Christy Goulet is a self-taught Indigenous artist from Dilworth, Minnesota. Her designs include jewelry, moccasins, and jingle dresses. Christy's culture and spiritual journey impact everything she does.
I'm a spirit on a human journey. I'm not a human on a spiritual journey. The art that I create is for therapy and healing. It's for mental health. It's to slow us down. Nanabaju, Wishkabiji Nabi Ikwa Indigenous means to be sweet like the water woman. My English name is Christy Goulet, enrolled member of Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa. I am an Indigenous artist. The art that I love to create, I like to use raw materials, which is wigwas, birch bark, pipestone. We make wazé. If you take sandpaper and rub it on the pipestone, it makes a red powder. And if you mix bear grease with that, it makes red paint. And so I love using Indigenous raw materials in my artwork. I keep a notebook on my headboard, and sometimes I'm given a very profound dream. And in my dream are specific designs or symbols on colors. Other times I'm given dreams of what family members would look like in items. And if they are given an Indigenous name, the symbolism that is shown in the dream, you can wear that as a representation of who you are as an Indigenous person. Growing up in this community, growing up in a very dysfunctional family, my mom died when I was 10, and I had 5 brothers and a dad. My dad was full-blown alcoholic. I started drinking at the age of 10. By the time I was 13, I actually became pregnant with my first child. I sobered up when I was 25. I was on the verge of a mental health breakdown, and I was scared that I wasn't sure if I could come back from it and what would my future look like. And I said, if I'm gonna help my life become better, I need to get sober and I need to acquire skills. And that's how my first outfit came together, was a fancy shawl outfit, and it was traditional Ojibwe floral design with pastel colors. And so that's where my very first outfit started. From there, you have to really kind of learn to be self-taught as well, because you have to be able to get up and acquire those skills, and practice makes perfect. One young lady who came to one of my ceremonies, who is from the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe, after the ceremony, she had a dream that night, and she saw herself in a dress. That specific dress, just because she was still in high school, took us a couple of months, because I have to teach them how to actually sew. How do you thread a needle? Can you measure? Learning math equations. It's very extensive for the geometry and the things that you need to understand when you're creating the dress. If you put too many cones on it, it's actually too heavy. I have wigwas earrings that I'm going to be working on. Those are going to be gifts. The people that I respected that I would give them to, they would be happier with that than something cookie cutter made, because they know that you would take the time and you put love into the item that you're making. If an Indigenous teacher teaches you, like I do the Red Willow, the Mushkwagi Dream Catchers, I've had people take my workshops and say, is this appropriation? If I, as an Indigenous teacher, offer that to you, it's called appreciation. It's not appropriation, because I'm gifting you that teaching technique, and I'm gifting you the teachings that go with making that specific item. I know that Indigenous fashion and art has exploded this year. So many good things are coming out of it, and seeing some of the younger people appreciate that. But economically, I have bills to meet and pay too. There's controversy right now in the powwow circuit because there are a lot of Indigenous people buying Chinese products and selling it. Be aware and get to know the individuals that you're supporting that are selling art or making art, so that you know that it's authentic. Read labels. Some things like Dreamcatcher kits that are sold in stores locally, those come from China. They're not indigenous to Turtle Island, which is North America. So I'm always amazed at how the spirits do things, and that's why I love going to ceremony or getting ready for a ceremony or just living my everyday life, because spirit reality is pretty amazing.
Parachigo is a nonprofit art and music venue in downtown Fargo, creating a space for alternative artists to share their art. They also offer an all-ages music venue supporting musicians where the community can come and experience their talent and musical styles.
Parachigo it's an art collective dedicated towards getting local artists away from the algorithm, away from commercialism, and just being able to make authentic art around other artists and for other artists. I'm Anjali Karna, and I am the coordinator director of Parachigo. I coordinate the events, I manage our money, and I just kind of direct the team. Parachigo started because I'm an artist myself, and there's just a need for local art to exist around here. And it's dwindled since the beginning of quarantine, really. I think when you're just like a solo artist, especially in a state that doesn't have that many arts pushes or arts programs, it's very easy to feel like you need to shift and you need to conform into something that's more suitable for your future, even though art is the thing that makes you happy. So when you're in a space like this, it kind of reminds you that other people exist out there who also are kind of forever playful and forever dedicated to the act of creation as opposed to like assembly.
I'm Vita. Full name is Vita Ghost. You can call me Vita or Ghost or V, either's fine. I tattoo. I do all sorts of different kinds of styles, but I really like doing traditional style and ignorant style. I also do a lot of different kinds of art. I'm a multimedia artist, so I like to crochet. I like to use clay. I make bracelets, all sorts of different kinds of things. Ignorant style is taking away from the actual meaning of a tattoo and turning that into the design. So instead of focusing so much on perfections of what goes where, it's a lot more loose in the way that it's tattooed and the way that you create those designs. And then traditional style is American traditional style. So that style has really bold lines, a lot of specific colors. So there's about 3 to 4 colors that you'll use in traditional style. And you'll see a lot of like snake and dagger, some skulls. You'll see the roses, those kinds of things. Safety comes in multiple different aspects when we're talking about this space. It's only open to the public when we allow it to be open to the public. Since moving into Parachigo, My space has felt even more safe on the acceptance area of things too, where all LGBT, chronically ill, Black, Indigenous, people of color, anyone is welcome. It feels even more so that because of Anj. Anj creates this area that everyone is welcome, everyone's pronouns are respected. And so for my work, it has formed this bit of confidence in myself and in my clients that everyone knows they have a safe space here to work, to be, to get tattooed. And it's been really, really nice to be able to like move into this more comfortable area of my life and my job too. It's been really stressful lately, so getting into here has just been kind of a, what's the word? It's been comforting. It's been very, very comforting.
The reaction's been really positive so far. The Fargo-Moorhead music scene has really needed a space where people can have their first show for a very long time. Local artists appreciate having a space that's centralized to sell art, and when people come in, they're specifically interested in buying local art. It seems like it's been kind of universally a prosperous endeavor for the art scene so far. Sustaining is the primary goal for Parachico's success. That's very difficult for DIY spaces. They pop up and they come down. We have faith in this one though, but ultimately I think the personal success for me would just be like a space of universal joy. It's very hard in an oppressive state to feel free, and I think art spaces for trans people, for queer people, for a lot of people of color, just for creatives that don't fit into the norm, this is the only kind of space that they can truly be themselves without feeling ashamed of not fitting into what you're supposed to fit into.
Walking Phoenix is an indie alternative rock band that hails from the Fargo-Moorhead region of the Red River Valley. Their debut album, American Dreams, has gained recognition as they travel the country playing to new audiences.
I think it's time to say goodbye to my American dreams. You know they say I'm much too young to even know what it means. My motivation, it seems to run out with my car. If you want me to stay, don't look the other way. No, come on, fill me up. I think we've got to hit the road. Tell me where you wanna go. Oh, will I see it anywhere but here? Yeah, that's all I really know. My situation is that I'm worn out and a little screwed up. Your shots out in the dark, trying to light a spark. Yeah, but I think I blew it up. So when you tell me that I'm whining, yes, can't you see that I am trying? Don't you know that it's a long way back from where I'm trying to be? I think we've got to run away. Tell me where you wanna stay. Oh, because this place is all messed up, yes, and it's never gonna change. My inspiration, it seems to run out when the sky's on blue. The clouds are rolling in, let's take a flight to wind before it makes a mess of you. So when you tell me that I'm whining, yes, can't you see that I am trying? Don't you know that it's a long way back from where I'm trying to be? all look like ladies. I'm not trying to make you proud, trying to keep my head above the water. I'm soaking up the sun, I'm trying to get hotter for the big time. Almost forgot it's my birthday. Maybe I should whip out my birthday suit. Yeah, we can call it my naked cameo. Good cameo. This night is party's over. I'm leaving this one sober. I've been trying so hard to hear my voice up on the radio. This night is party's over. Don't leave me dead in the water. I've been trying so hard to hear my voice up on the radio. I'm not trying to call you out. It's just a difference of opinion. We can blame it on my fear of commitment in the meantime. Why do you gotta talk so loud? I'm standing here in front of you, honey. I don't like what you said, I don't find it funny in the slightest. Almost forgot it's my birthday. Maybe I should whip out my birthday suit. Yeah, we can call it my naked cameo. Cuckoo cameo. Inside this party is over. I'm leaving this one sober. I've been trying so hard to hear my voice up on the radio. Inside this party is over. Don't leave me dead in the water. I've been trying so hard to hear my voice up on the radio. Yeah, yeah. Almost forgot it's my birthday. Maybe I should whip out my birthday suit. I bet she'd like that, honey. But give me something else fun to do. Doesn't have to be my naked cameo. Cuckoo cameo. This night this party's over. I'm leaving this one sober. I've been trying so hard to hear my voice up on the radio. Oh, this night this party's over. Don't leave me dead in the water. I've been trying so hard to hear my voice up on the radio.
If you know of an artist, topic, or organization in our region that you think might make for an interesting segment, please contact us at prairiemosaic@prairiepublic.org.
You can watch this and other episodes of Prairie Mosaic on Prairie Public's YouTube channel. And please follow Prairie Public on social media as well. I'm Barb Gravel.
And I'm Matt O'Lean. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Prairie Mosaic.
Prairie Mosaic is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008, the North Dakota Council on the Arts, and by the members of Prairie Public.